Imagine waking up, walking out onto your back deck, taking a deep breath of crisp 8,500 foot mountain air, and jumping directly onto your ATV, side by side, or snowmobile to ride straight into hundreds of miles of national forest. For thousands of people, Duck Creek Village, Utah, is the ultimate alpine escape. It's where desert dwellers from Vegas, Phoenix, St. George, California come to escape triple-digit summer heat, and its ultimate base camp perfectly sandwiched between Zion and Bryce Canyon National Parks. But here is the absolute truth that nobody tells you on Instagram. Buying a cabin or trying to live full-time up here isn't just about cozy fires and spotting deer in your front yard. It is a rugged, logistical masterclass in mountain living. If you don't know the difference between a community well and hauled water, or if you accidentally buy in an HOA that bans short-term rentals, your dream mountain escape can turn into a financial nightmare very fast. In this video, we are breaking down everything you actually need to know about buying, living, or investing in Duck Creek Village in 2026. The good, the bad, and the logistically ugly. Let's dive right in. Section 1, the landscape and the 8,500 foot reality. First, let's talk geography. Duck Creek Village sits on the scenic Markagunt Plateau in Kane County, Utah, roughly 29 miles east of Cedar City, Utah. Because it sits at roughly 84 to 8,500 feet of elevation, you get an entirely different world compared to the red rocks of St. George or the desert flats of Nevada. We are talking true 4 seasons. In July, while the rest of the southeast is melting at 105 degrees, Duck Creek boasts a glorious average high of about 84 degrees and cool, crisp nights dropping into the 40s. But let's flip the calendar. Winters here is beautiful, but it is intense. Duck Creek averages around 135 inches of snowfall a year. Because of that weather, here is a statistic that shocks most buyers. Only about 5 to 10% of the property owners here live in Duck Creek full time. The vast majority of this community consists of second homes, vacation properties, and short-term rentals. During the middle of the week in October or January, Duck Creek feels like a sleepy, tranquil ghost town where you can hear the wind whispering through the pines. But come Friday afternoon in June, the village explodes with energy. Caravans of trucks hauling UTVs, trailers, and side-by-sides roll into town, and the local diners fill up instantly. You have to ask yourself right off the bat, are you looking for total isolation, or do you want to be part of a bustling weekend resort community? Because Duck Creek is uniquely both. Section 2, the Duck Creek cabin craze. Let's talk numbers, because the Duck Creek real estate market has undergone a massive evolution over the last few years. If you think you're going to wander up the mountain and find a cheap, hidden fixer-upper cabin for $200,000, I hate to break it to you, but those days are long gone. Right now in 2026, the real estate market in Duck Creek Village is firmly leaning as a seller's market. The median listing price for a home up here sits between $495,000 and $620,000. But if you're looking for a nicer cabin, it can get closer to the millions, depending on the specific subdivision and acreage. On average, properties are selling at roughly $330 to $350 per square foot. But here's where things get interesting for buyers. The market pace here is vastly different than a traditional suburban neighborhood. The median days on market sits between 66 to 100 days. Why do homes sit longer if it's a seller's market? Because mountain cabins are luxury, emotional purchases, not primary residences. Buyers take their time touring properties during weekend trips. However, inventory is a finite resource. They simply aren't making more land at 8,500 feet inside a national forest. When a truly premium, beautifully maintained cabin with a good road access hits the market, competition is fierce. High-end properties and cabins with killer views frequently see aggressive offers and cash buyers who are ready to strike. If you are looking to buy, your best window historically is to avoid peak competition is early spring, mid-April. Right as the snow melts and before the summer rush hits the mountain. Section 4. The logistical landmines, water, utilities, and plowing. Alright, lean in because this is the most important part of the video. If you skip your due diligence on mountain logistics, you will regret it. Buying on a mountain is not like buying in a city subdivision. You have to navigate what I call the 3 mountain landmines: water, waste, and winter access. Landmine number 1, water. Do not assume every cabin has unlimited running water. In Duck Creek, properties generally fall into 2 categories: on-grid community water systems or hauled water. If a cabin relies on hauled water, it means you have a massive water catchment tank buried underground or inside a basement. When it dries, you have to literally pay a local water hauling service to drive a truck up the mountain and pump thousands of gallons of water into your system. If you plan to use the cabin as a high occupancy Airbnb, hauled water can quickly become an expensive logistical headache. Always verify the water source before making an offer. Landmine number 2, septic systems. There is no city sewer line up here. Every property relies on a private septic system. If you are buying a vacant lot to build your dream home, the land must pass a perc test to prove the soil can handle a septic drain fill. Furthermore, Kane County regulations are incredibly strict. If you buy an older cabin built in the 1970s, you need to make sure the existing septic tank is permitted, up to code, and properly sized for the number of bedrooms in the house. Landmine number 3, winter access and power. Do you want to use your cabin at Christmas? You better check who plows the roads. Some subdivisions in Duck Creek have active HOAs or county agreements that plow the main roads all winter long. Other subdivisions are completely unplowed. In those areas, your vehicle stops at a community lot and you have to snowmobile, snowshoe, or track drive into your cabin. Additionally, ask about your power and heat. Most cabins rely on electricity and large local propane tanks that must be by a truck. If a major winter storm knocks out power lines, you need to know if your cabin has a backup generator or a reliable wood burning stove to keep the pipes from freezing. Section 4. The Alpine Cash Cow Short-Term Rental Realities. Because Duck Creek is a seasonal playground, a lot of buyers want to offset their mortgage by listing their cabin on Airbnb or Vrbo or Vrbo when they aren't using it, and honestly the ROI potential out here can be fantastic. A beautifully styled cabin with a hot tub, a wraparound deck, and direct trail access can be a true alpine cash cow during peak summer and winter holidays. But running a profitable short-term rental here requires jumping through some serious legal hoops. First, Kane County is generally investor friendly, but you legally must secure a proper county business license and pay your transit room taxes. No exceptions. Second, and more importantly, you have to read the fine print of the HOA bylaws. Duck Creek Village is broken up into several distinct subdivisions like Aspen Highlands, Strawberry Valley, or Meadow View. Every single one of these neighborhoods has its own homeowners association or architectural committee. Some HOAs openly welcome short-term rentals because they know it drives property values up, but others have completely banned nightly rentals, or they enforce strict minimal stay rules like a 30-day minimum, specifically to the quiet residential nature of the mountain. If you buy a log cabin intending to rent it out, only to find out after closing that the HOA outlaws short-term rentals, you are stuck with a massive financial liability. Never, ever trust a real estate listing that just says rental friendly. Have your agent pull the official CC&Rs and verify it in writing. Section 5. The best part, the lifestyle and recreation. Now, despite all the talk about septic tanks and snow plows, why do people keep flocking to Duck Creek Village? Because the lifestyle up here is absolutely unmatched. If you love the outdoors, this is paradise. Right out your back door, you have immediate access to the Virgin River Rim Trail, perfect for hiking and mountain biking. Within a 10 to 15 minute drive, you have incredible alpine waters like Navajo Lake, Aspen Mirror Lake, and Duck Creek Pond, which are heavily stocked with trout for fishing and for perfect kayaking. If you're an explorer, you can spend weekends exploring local wonders like Mammoth Cave, one of the largest lava tubes in Utah, or hiking down to Cascade Falls, where the water literally bursts out of the side of limestone cliff. And let's not forget the off-road culture. Duck Creek is a premier OHV and snowmobile hub. You can ride your side-by-side right from the village shops up to Strawberry Point, which gives you a breathtaking panoramic view of the same red rock formations found in Bryce Canyon National Park. But without the tourist crowds, it is a true backyard playground. Section 6. Conclusion and call to action. So what's the final verdict? If you are looking for a cookie cutter, low maintenance suburban home where you never have to think about utilities or weather, Duck Creek Village is probably not for you. But if you are willing to learn the ropes of mountain infrastructure, want to escape the scorching desert summers, want an investment property with massive appeal, or simply want a legacy cabin where your family can build memories for generations, then Duck Creek is one of the absolute best hidden gems in the entire American Southwest. If you're thinking about making the move, buying a vacation home, or investing in southern Utah, don't do it alone. Reach out to a local professional who knows these mountains inside and out, like me. Drop a comment down below. Would you like to live here full time, or would you use it as a weekend escape? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more mountain real estate breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.